Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. In this video, I will tell you about storytelling, and the title is The Jangoi Island. Once upon a time, there lived a powerful commander in Riau. This commander is known as Panglima Kawal. People in Riau themselves describe this man as intelligent and brave. The name Panglima Kawal is not only famous in Riau, but also in these overseas regions. Therefore, no pirates dared to attack and control Riau because they were afraid to face the commander. However, it turns out that the fear was not felt by the Jangoi. The leader of this robber and his men flocked to Riau. The ships of this band of robbers docked in the port of the country. The reputation of the Jangoi itself is no less popular than the Panglima Kawal. He is a feared robber figure and is famous for his supernatural powers. The arrival of a group of robbers led by the Jangoi was greeted by several Riau state soldiers. "I beg your pardon, sir. If you may know, who is this master and what is the purpose of your coming to Riau country?" asked one of the soldiers. "I am Jangoi," answered the Jangoi loudly on the deck of his ship. "The purpose of my coming here is to dominate Riau. Therefore, let all the people of this land immediately declare their submission to me. I believe that I will forgive them and their lives will be safe," said the Jangoi. "However, if anyone dares to oppose me, I and all my men will be making their own graves here," continued this robber leader arrogantly. The soldiers who witnessed the Jangoi's arrogance were actually fed up. However, they tried to be patient and control their anger because they didn't want a sudden attack to the lives of the people around the port. One of the soldiers then asked the Jangoi to wait on his ship. Meanwhile, the soldiers will send someone to convey the arrival to the Jangoi to the commander of the guard. Hearing that explanation, Jangoi simply replied, "I don't care who you want to report to, whether to the commander or king. Jangoi, whose supernatural powers have been known to Cambodia, Brunei, Sarawak, and Sumatra, is waiting here. I don't want to face your commander or king. They have to face me." The leader of the troop of soldiers then went to the place. He went to the commander of the guard and explained the arrival of the Jangoi. "Masters, arrival is waiting for the leader of the robbers on his ship, which is lying on the pier," the leader of the soldiers reported. The commander of Kawal, who received the report, then held negotiations with his confidants. Although he has supernatural powers and is not afraid of Jangoi's challenge, this commander-in-chief wants the path of peace rather than battle. If the Jangoi and his men decide to attack, there will be casualties. According to the commander, war is a last resort of negotiations fail, and there is no other solution. The next day, Panglima Kawal met Jangoi alone without being accompanied by guards or carrying weapons. He came to the ship where the Jangoi was. The arrival of the commander turned out to make the leader of the robbers surprised. To honor the arrival of the commander of the guard, the Jangoi invited the men to sit on his ship. He then served complete battle nut along with lime and areca nut for the Riau state commander. Unbeknownst to the commander-in-chief, it turns out the Jangoi has carried out his evil plan. Panglima Kawal observed the betel dish served by Jangoi. As it turned out, the betel leaf that was served to him had been changed to needle leaf. Despite their similar appearance, needle leaves are poisonous leaves. Aware of Jangoi's evil plan, Panglima Kawal just smiled and refused the betel dish. The commander-in-chief's refusal did not make Jangoi feel offended or hurt. The leader of the pirates then served baki. He believes that someone who does not eat betel will, of course, eat baki. This man serves baki in a betel treat. The Jangoi had placed the poisoned pigs into the tray he served. This man invited the commander to enjoy the baki. Panglima Kawal just smiled and took Jangoi's treats. The commander ate the tray in which there were poisoned nails with pleasure. While chewing, it is explained in the folklore of the Jangois that he said, "Master, let's eat this cake together." Hearing the commander's invitation, Jangoi felt awkward and confused. The pirate leader's heart suddenly became trepidation. He did not expect that Panglima Kawal would eat baki in peace. The Jangoi was sure that the poison he smeared on the nails in the cloak was a very deadly poison. Normal people would meet their death after a while consuming the poison. Panglima Kawal himself looked fine after eating the baki that Jangoi served. He stays in good shape and continues to chew non-stop. He even persuaded Jangoi to eat with him again. "Come on, Master Jangoi. The taste of this baki is very good and it's a shame not to taste it. If you don't eat betel, Riau people are obligated to eat baki," said the commander. The Jangoi was just silent and smiled a little. The trepidation of Jangoi's heart intensified when he saw the commander of the guard prick the tray with his fingers. Ordinary people certainly cannot break the nails in the tray. The Jangoi felt helpless after seeing the supernatural powers that the commander-in-chief displayed in front of him. He had already imagined how the palmist's fingers could easily break the bones of his body. "Forgive you, sir. Sorry for our impudence," said the Jangoi while offering his worship to the commander. "We surrendered to defeat," continued the leader of the pirates in the folklore of the Jangoi. The Jangoi finally decided to cancel his intention to attack and control Riau. He had seen with his own eyes the power of the commander of the guard. This man had predicted that he would lose if he fought with the commander-in-chief. After his meeting with the commander of Kawal, Jangoi then ordered his men to immediately prepare for their departure to leave the Riau State Pier. He stated that they would return to sail to the high seas. Before the ship's entourage actually left Riau, the Jangoi took a tray containing potion nails. He then threw the tray into the sea while swearing, "If this tray doesn't appear, I will never come to this place again." Not long after, the tray that Jangoi threw did not appear on the surface of the sea. With that, Jangoi then led all his men to sail away from Riau. After the departure of the Jangoi and his men, the state of Riau returned to being safe, peaceful, and peaceful as before. It is said in the folklore of the Jangoi that no pirates dared to set foot into the country after the pirate leader had left. The news about Jangoi not daring to fight Prince Kawal spread all over the place. If Jangoi, who is a famous pirate for his strength, surrenders, then it is certain that Panglima Kawal's power is incomparable. Day after they passed, the life of the people in Riau was peaceful until finally word got out that the commander of Kawal had died. Sadness enveloped everyone who lived in Riau. The departure of Panglima Kawal, who is the best commander that Riau has ever had, leaves a deep sense of sorrow. Many people cry remembering the service of the commander, who even though he has supernatural powers, always prioritized the part of peace. The news of Panglima Kawal's death reached Jangoi's ears. His desire to attack and control the state of Riau re-emerged. Without wasting much time, he ordered his men to prepare for a voyage to Riau. A few days later, the ship that Jangoi was to reach the waters where he had sworn never to set foot in Riau again. The territorial waters are located between Teluk Curing and Penyengat Island. When the Jangoi was on the bridge, he then suddenly fell and felt pain, saying that their leader was sick. Jangoi's men brought in a healer to treat his illness. However, even a skilled healer was unable to cure Jangoi's illness. The man's body was getting weaker day by day. The Jangoi then started to think whether the pain was related to the oath he had broken. The Jangoi regretted having broken his own oath, which resulted in the pain he suffered. However, the regret was too late because it was not the time for death to draw near. The Jangoi then ordered all his men to throw his body into the waters. After saying the message, the Jangoi breathed his last. In accordance with his last message, all of the Jangoi's men threw the body of their leader into the sea where he had sworn. Unexpectedly, a miracle happened after Jangoi's corpse sank into the sea. Miraculously, an island appeared in the sea area. The crew who witnessed the miracle then named the island as the Jangoi Island. Okay, that's all for the story of the Jangoi Island. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.